So it's another year and it's time for another iPhone. We are on the 16th version of Apple's favorite product that has everyone in a chokehold. And just like every year, yes, you ask yourself, should I upgrade to the latest and the greatest iPhone? Well, that's why I'm here and that's why I'm doing this video and that's why I'm releasing this a few hours before the announcement to help you guys have some sort of a clearer picture on what to buy and what to do. So if you have an older iPhone like the iPhone 13 and lower, or you have the iPhone 15 series, stick around this video because I'm going to give a few possible options or scenarios for each person's unique situation. All right, let's get into it. Hey guys, my name is Coinsola, but you can call me KJ. Okay, to make this video make any bit of sense, before we get into the whole should you upgrade conversation, here is everything that we know about the iPhone 16, the iPhone 16 Pro, and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. And then after that, we can then compare it to the older iPhones that we might have in our houses. Starting with the iPhone 16, there is not much of a change in its design. It looks exactly the same from last year, but the camera design now is vertical, similar to the Galaxy phones. This helps with spatial video for the Apple Vision Pro and probably reduce the camera bump. Now the iPhone 16 will also have an action button, which is the same action button that was on the iPhone 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max. I think this is a cool feature to have. Mine almost exclusively opened the camera and I used it almost every single day. And speaking of buttons, the 16 Pro and the Pro Max will have a new capture button on the right side of the phone, just down below the power button at the same time. It works like a traditional camera button, so taking pictures or videos, focusing on a subject, and also sliding your fingers up and down to zoom in or out. There will be new colors on the standard iPhone 16. Now, instead of going with the pastel colors that was on the iPhone 15, which were god-awful in my opinion, this year is much more better and much more saturated. So you get the green, the blue, and the pink. Very nice. On the 16 Pro and the Pro Max, the only real design change is the size and the colors. That's pretty much it. Now the 16 Pro is going to be 6.3 inches tall, coming from 6.1 inches, while the Pro Max is going to be 6.9 inches, coming from 6.7 inches. We are slowly reaching the 7-inch territory, and unless they find a way to reduce the weight of the Pro Max, it might be a very uncomfortable phone to use on a daily basis. In terms of new colors, the Pro phones will get one new color, and that is brown. So we have the white, the black, gray titanium, and brown. And out of all the leaks that I have seen, I hope this one is not true because the colors for the Pro phones are not really that much appealing. Like the titanium for one looks exactly like the iPhone 15 Pro Max. The new iPhones will see an increase in its battery life to accommodate for the bigger screens and the AI features, which is expected to be on the standard iPhone 16. Battery life was something that wasn't the best with the iPhone 15 Pro or even the iPhone 15 Pro Max. It will get you through the day on most days, but depending on how you use your phone on a daily basis, long-term use isn't going to be the best, with a lot of people already saying the battery health is down to 95%, even some to 90%. And this is just a year into the iPhone 15 Pro's battery cycle. I'm sure there will be more features to the new iPhones that I haven't talked about right now, especially when it comes to AI, but this is just the general gist. Now that you have some sort of a general idea, let's talk about the buying guides and see if we can make the right choice. If you have the iPhone 11 or the iPhone 12, please stand up. You know who you are. Now at this point in time, upgrading to the latest and the greatest iPhone makes a lot of sense. You get a better phone with a better display, a USB-C charging port, an action button, better cameras, and better performance. Plus, you get to use artificial intelligence if you care for it anyway. But hold up, there is a phone that does all these things and probably at a cheaper price, and that is the iPhone 15 lineup. It's barely been a year, or at least it's been a year by the time you're watching this video, and it has a lot of things going for it. It has everything the new iPhone will have, bar the new colors, the new processor, maybe a better camera or slightly better camera, but it will give you the same Apple iPhone experience. Now, as the years have gone by, it is very hard to recommend the newer iPhones to people because they're just similar to what it was last year, and that even goes for the 15 Pro or the 15 Pro Max, which offers more value as they will have Apple Intelligence for one, they will be updated to iOS 18 and all the other stuff. On the other hand, some may argue that they don't really care for a lot of the new Apple features and they don't really want to move away from the Lightning cable. If that's you, then the iPhone 14 Pro and the Pro Max is an option. It is a 2-year-old phone, but it will give you at least 80% of the Apple experience and at a much cheaper price. I've had my 14 Pro since launch day of 2022, and even though I do have the iPhone 15 Pro and have used it a lot, I think this one right here is one of the more solid phones that I can recommend. But what if you have the iPhone 15 Pro or the Pro Max already? What if right now you do have the latest and the greatest iPhone? Should you upgrade to the iPhone 16 or the 16 Pro or the Pro Max? And it is a tricky situation for a few reasons. If you create content, then the iPhone 15 Pro or the Pro Max has one of the best video cameras in any smartphone. It allows users shoots in a low profile, giving them control of the colors, contrast, brightness, and all the videography jargon. Now, if this is you, upgrading to the 16 Pro might not be a bad idea, as having the best of the best improves your work. Now, at the end of the day, it will be a business expense, and in some cases, you can probably get it written off. Don't quote me, I'm not really a tax person. But on the other hand, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Myself and a lot of creators you see on the internet have been using the same camera and the same lens or the same gear for a very long time. Now, while even though there is better equipment out there that we can use, sometimes it's not just about the gear, it's about the person that is using it. I do plan on comparing all the iPhone 16s in one video, and that is the standard iPhone 16, the Pro and the Pro Max. So if you're into that, or you just want to support the channel, or my goal for getting to 30,000 subs at the end of the year, just go ahead and subscribe and like this video, as this goes a long way for me. Okay, the final possibility. If you have an Android phone, please stand up and hold on, just hear me out for a sec. This depends on the Android phone that you have. If you have an Android phone from say 2020 or 2021, that is the Pixel 6 Pro or the S22 Ultra or even the S21 Ultra and so on, and you want to move to the iPhone side of life, the blue bubble side of life, then sure, why not? I'm a firm believer in trying out new experiences and not being stuck within one ecosystem. It's why I have an M1 Max Studio with an Android phone, a Pixel Watch, and the Galaxy Buds Pro 3. I use multiple devices from multiple companies, so if I can do it, you can too. And if you're curious about a real-world experience between the new iPhones and the Pixel 9 Pro XL or even the S24 Ultra, I'm dropping a video once I get those phones into the studio. So make sure you subscribe and you'll be the first to see it. Thank you guys for watching. My name is KJ, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.